Hi there, Abby Lee Miller with Famous Birthdays. We're here at the ALDC LA on the west side, and I am asking questions to Miss
GiaNina. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Are you ready? I'm the one asking.
I'm ready.
Hey,
I got it. We got this.
Now, first question. What do you think was one of the most challenging parts of being on a reality show?
One of the most challenging parts, I think, would be knowing that it is a reality TV show and that you do love us, but it was hard to compare and separate reality from, like...
Reality.
Yeah.
Yes.
Reality TV separation, you know what I mean?
From a reality TV show and real reality.
Yeah.
So that was the most challenging thing?
I think so. I think everything else was it was challenging, but that was really hard.
What was the best piece of advice that you received from getting to talk and dance with James Charles? A piece of advice that you got from him.
Well, he always says, you're your own person. And so you be you love who you are. He loves makeup because obviously he's amazing at it and he gets to show his talent through it. And so I think one of the most important piece of advice he ever gave me was to stay true to who you are because nobody else is like you.
I know, and that world is so different now than when I was growing up. Everybody wanted to be,
Somebody
Christy
else,
Brinkley.
yeah.
And you wanted to be tan and blonde and skinny and have perfect teeth and have this and have that. And I know kids are now not even getting braces because they want to stay true to who they are, and it's well, I don't know about that. So, it's the world has completely flipped, and just body types and everything. And I think the Broadway show Wicked had a lot to do with that because they were one of the first huge smash hit Broadway shows to hire all shapes, all sizes, all ethnicities.
Yeah.
And it was everything. And hey, kudos. Kids like James Charles that make enough money to own a house and do this and do that. I mean, bravo to them.
We love
I
you,
wish I
James.
could have done that and then I'll never have to work again. Okay. What has been your favorite LA event that you've ever gone to?
Well, I really loved BeautyCon this year because I
Okay.
got to experience the whole thing. The red carpet was so fun because it was the background and all the press interviews. It was really fun. But also the VIP area, I guess you could say, and going around to all the booths, it was heaven for me because I love makeup.
So BeautyCon
Yes,
was it?
BeautyCon was it for me.
All right.
Oh, and the Angry Birds premiere, of course.
Maybe they should invite me next year to BeautyCon.
Yeah.
No, I actually was out of town. All right. What would you say to other dancers who have strict dance instructors but don't have the courage to speak up or voice their opinion? Oh, I don't like that question.
Because I do.
Well, I think what would you say to them, they're students and they have a strict teacher, how to handle it?
Well, first you should be grateful that you have such a strict teacher that does
Good answer.
that wants you to be the best, because that's the only reason why they're strict is because they want you to be the best. So be grateful for that and be thankful for them, but remember that they're doing it because they love you, and that's what Abby does.
Yes. You don't have time to be sweet and nice and get your point across when someone's leaping across the floor. It's a split second that you have to correct them while they're doing the mistake so they can see it in the mirror. And I think sometimes people sitting on the outside that just overhear it and aren't really watching, that's what they don't understand. Is I scream and I yell at you mid-air when you're doing the step wrong so you can see it and fix it and correct it and we can move on.
That's happened to me, and it's pretty scary, but
Right.
it's worked.
Right,
It's worked.
but I catch something out of the corner of my eye and I have to address it. If I wait and say, in my mind, oh, after class, I'm gonna tell her A, B, and C, by the end of class, I won't even remember what the corrections are.
True.
And you won't remember
What I did wrong.
exactly. All right, looking back on the show,
Yes.
that would be the show Dance Moms.
Yes.
Has there been something you learned that you weren't aware of while it was being filmed? So, when you look back at it and say, oh, I didn't even realize I learned that.
Yeah.
And, when you were doing it, you didn't really.
I don't think I realized how they can make you sound like you were in a different interview. So from 10 weeks prior to when you actually had that interview, it's you can almost make it it's the same day on TV. So that's one thing I saw and learned after the show. But while we were filming, some of the things I didn't catch that you said. Sometimes I was
Oh, really?
I don't remember you saying that.
But then when you watch the show,
Yeah.
you heard me say it.
And I was like, that makes sense why the argument is what it is and why you were mad at me or why it just wasn't going well that day. Now I remember.
Okay. Was it difficult to admit on camera that you could have done better on a solo or a dance or, was it hard to admit with the camera? No?
No, because I think even if you aren't on camera, you think to yourself and you say to your dance teacher, I could have done a lot better than that. I don't think it's embarrassing, it's a learning experience.
So honesty is the best policy.
Yep.
Yes.
Especially with Abby.
Yeah. I wish the other mothers would have known that. All right. Where do you think your confidence as a dancer stems from? And how does that confidence transcend beyond the dance industry? I wonder who wrote that question.
I don't know. I think over the years of working professionally and learning from people like you, I think confidence is one thing that every dancer should have or every person should have, because I think just throughout your life it helps and it makes you feel better about yourself.
Where does that confidence come from?
I don't know.
Your confidence.
I think just through the years working as a professional dancer, learning right from wrong and getting yelled at and getting yelled at.
So confidence for you is a learned skill.
Yes, you have to learn to be confident.
Not inbred.
Yeah, I think it's more of a learning experience. You gain it as you work.
Okay, that's good. I think often that children's parents have a lot to do with that, because in teaching thousands and thousands of kids over the years, parents who are maybe salesmen and they're very personable and they walk in with this big personality, the kid kind of has that.
Yeah.
And it's hard to teach that. It's hard to teach confidence. It's hard to teach that sales ability, and I think you have that. And I think it stems from where you're from, the area, from your mom and dad, from the way they are and they've been raised. And I think, you get that. Go in there, you're the best. You can do this, you've got this,
Yeah.
Go in there. Where maybe other kids have parents that are meek and shy and quiet and aren't out in the business world.
I just think being yourself is the best way to show
Yeah, but
off
not
your
if
person.
yourself is just
not
a lazy slug.
Yeah,
We know
but
lots
I
of
think
those kids.
being yourself at your first impression, especially if you do have confidence and you do feel like no matter what you can do it, that's a great thing to have.
If dance moms, wouldn't this be fabulous? If dance moms had an unlimited music library to choose from for your solos, which song would you like to dance to?
One of my favorite artists at the moment, of course, I love J-Lo, so if you were to give me another jazz solo, I would love J-Lo.
Okay.
And if I had to do another lyrical solo, which I love,
Yes.
I think her name is Laura Daigle. Laura Daigle. She sings You Say, and so I love her song.
All right, so wouldn't it be nice if we had an unlimited music library?
That'd be awesome. Then we wouldn't have to spend 30 minutes with Gianna.
Well,
Actually, more
30
like
minutes.
3
I
hours.
start fighting we get the music, but the people don't realize this. So
Yeah.
Monday, we're off. Tuesday, we do interviews. Tuesday night, I get the music. And I fight about it.
And you have to love it.
All night long, back and forth, the emails and the text messages all night till Wednesday morning. And then we do the pyramid, and then we start the group dance. And sometimes
Gianna's picking the
Gianna
music.
is still arguing about it and still changing music while I'm doing pyramid. And then we do the pyramid, and then we start the group dance.
And then sometimes you even have to change it mid-solo.
Right. Well, we
Which
do the
is so
group dance
fun.
on Wednesday, and then we might start a solo, duet, or trio. Then Thursday, we start the morning finishing the group dance.
Yeah.
And then attention to the solo, duet, or trio, whatever's happening that week. And then Friday, we travel to the competition, and Saturday, they compete.
Yep.
And every other dance studio there, trying to beat us, has been doing their routines for months.
Or years.
And months. Or years.
We've
sometimes.
been to one with years.
Yes. It's crazy. All right. And I've done over 500 numbers for television. And I go out to all these social events with the people from all the other dance shows. And they have adults. And there's no tutors. And they have a costume, a wardrobe department that's 2 whole floors in a building. And I'm like, okay. Try running around in Pittsburgh trying to find costumes. What do you miss most about going to a public school? Did you ever go to a public school?
Yeah, my whole
you
life
did?
until
Oh, you did.
4th grade.
You know,
But
JoJo only went for 1 semester in kindergarten. And then she never went back. That was it.
I only went through middle of 4th grade, and then I had
That's
to
a
leave.
lot.
I guess.
Kindergarten through 4th grade, that's your fundamental learning. Those are
Same.
the blocks that you build upon the rest of your life.
That's what I'm thankful for, that I was able to go to school for that. If I had to say,
And you have to play, like, ride scooters in gym and get your
Yeah,
hands run over,
yeah.
and dodgeball, and boys smash the ball at you as hard as they can in your bus.
Yeah.
And, yeah. See, those are things kids need to learn. Those
Yeah.
are survival skills in the world.
I think one thing that was like super fun and one thing that I'm glad I didn't miss was recess, because that was the
Did you
best
dance?
part.
Did you dance?
Oh, you best bet I was
cartwheels
dancing.
and tricks?
Oh yeah.
I know. Kids would come to the dance studio and say, "Oh, look what I learned at recess." I'm like, "What? Shouldn't be doing that outside."
That was probably the most fun part about going to like little school.
Oh, this is gonna be sad.
What?
How has your grandmother inspired you to be the young, talented dancer that you are today?
Well, she always wanted to see me like succeed as like a dancer or anything, and so showing her that I could perform the solo you gave me with her on the show, I just thought that, you know, no matter what, like this dance means a lot to me because it's for her, and so I'm thankful that you gave me that dance.
Well,
Oh,
you're welcome,
kind
but
of.
it's the production that
Yeah, kind of.
does all
Well, I'm
that.
glad that you went with
I didn't
it.
know all that background story, you know, before that morning. They
Oh,
just
yeah.
said, blah, 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 the kid, her grandmother, blah, 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 snowflake, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That
All
was a
right,
lot.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
There's a lot of backstory to that.
I always wanted to see, I wish you could have done like a gotcha, like, you know, black leotard and black fishnets, like a Fosse.
A
or
rich
like
girl
a-
didn't turn out to be that.
No, or like a big spender, one of those numbers, you know, real music. Okay, we do have artists, I want to shout that out, because Rachel Sage, we have some
Oh, yeah.
amazing artists that have freely given us their music. Like, they give us their albums, the whole thing before they're even released, and
The girl gave us my solo song.
yeah, I mean, it's wonderful. So that's incredible. The little girl in London.
Jenna, yeah.
Yes.
We actually met her in London, and the song that I performed Snowflake to was her song, and she actually just gave it to us.
Right. She's a young kid. It was her first single, and it's
It worked great.
yeah. But the library of stuff that they make us pick, not so good. All right. Was it difficult to side with your mom when you knew it could jeopardize your spot on the elite team? I think we're referring to Snooki,
That week.
which turned out to be, I thought, absolutely hilarious.
I didn't know what to think, because I didn't know who she was.
Right, you're too young. You wouldn't have.
I had no
You're too
idea.
young to watch the show when it was out.
Yeah.
And now that it's back out,
I was
you
still very
wouldn't watch it.
confused.
There's 50 billion other things for you to watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I think
But
I didn't want to pick.
But now, though, I understand. I actually have friends that live next door to her,
Same.
and she's like together and a mom and very successful and has businesses, and she pulled it together. That was just kind of a, you know, sometimes girls go off to college and they do things they shouldn't do, and they're out and they're getting drunk and they're partying and all that stuff. It's part of growing up and learning that you can't do that the night before you have a test. You're gonna fail. So Snooki did it on television
Yeah.
at the Jersey Shore,
Yeah.
and made a lot of money. I
Yeah.
think they were making $150,000 an episode when it was in its second season, and they went up from there. So even though Snooki was maybe not a great role model for a young girl, you know that she was doing reality TV.
Now I
So
do.
you know that the things that they showed on the television may not have been
What she actually did.
exactly.
Now I know
So-
that, but I didn't know that when we were
Right.
filming.
So Snooki would be still a great Halloween costume for you.
Maybe. But I think it was hard for me to
Everyone in your
choose.
neighborhood would know who it was.
Everyone would know exactly why I'm dressed like her too.
Yes.
But I don't know. It was hard for me to pick between you. Like I couldn't just choose one.
But I thought at the end, I thought you did want to do it. And I said,
I
no,
wanted to do
because of
it.
your mom.
I wanted to do it because I didn't want you to yell at me.
See, so she didn't side with her mom. You actually chose, I'm talking about you like you weren't here. You didn't side with your mother. You actually chose to do the routine in the end. And
Well, first I didn't know her
said,
at all.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know who she was at all. I didn't understand. Then I was like, when she told me, I was like, okay, like maybe I shouldn't. And then I was full on, no, I don't think I should do this. And I still was, but at the same time, I got yelled at so many times on the show that I was like, let's just go with it this time.
Well,
And it just didn't happen.
what people also don't understand, and it probably took your mom and you a little bit to get it, if I say no, and I'm like, you're not doing it, you're pulled from the solo, maybe I didn't think it was a good idea to begin with.
Yeah.
But I was doing my job, and I thought,
We were
how am I
confused the whole
gonna not
week.
put this on the stage representing the Abbey Lee Dance Company? Well, I'm gonna drive the mother
Insane.
batty, and then I'm gonna pull it.
It worked.
It worked.
We're all grateful.
Yes.
Next, is that it?
I don't think the producers were grateful.
No, but we were.
How do you think your experiences in the professional dance world helped you become a trusted leader for the ALDC? So your experiences coming into Dance Moms and coming onto the ALDC team, what experience did you bring with you?
I think Matilda.
Yes.
I definitely think Matilda, because they taught me everything, like singing and acting, but doing that all while I'm dancing as well. And like, of course, acting, like the whole thing, you have to have facial expressions and you have to like go through your movement with everything. And so I think that was one of the things I took from it, but also learning the dance so fast from Abby and Gianna, that was one thing that I will take with me for the rest of my life, because we only learned it in 3 days.
I know picking up at a convention is great learning experience. I think when you learn to pick up fast, that's not in your studio, that's at the dance conventions. However, you get to use your own style, and
Yeah.
the teachers want you to put your own spin on it and make it your own, where we don't want that. Gianna and I want you to do exactly what we're giving you in a group, and we want you to dance as one unit. And that's
what
what's
I also
hard
learned.
for people. Yeah, that's what's difficult for advanced students, because they want to like make it their own.
But
And
we
it's
also
like, no,
learned the dances for 3 days, more like 3 hours.
3 hours.
That's
3
all we
hours.
got.
Like an hour and a half and an hour and a half. It's crazy.
Yeah.
People have
So-
no idea.
That's another thing I'd bring with me, so I'm grateful for every experience.
Okay, we're out of questions. So that's the end of our question and answers with famous birthdays.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the post notification bell, and go follow us on our Instagrams.
Yes.
It's GiaNina's Journey.
And the real Abby Lee. Bye.